To the world of entertainment. It's Omas and Zibby.
Yeah, still here. You're welcome. Glad to have you as we are joined this morning by, well, let's begin with Irabor Okosun. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Omas. How is everything? Now you have a partner in crime that you don't have to now look for my trouble all the time.
All
Good
right,
morning
Irabor, thank you so much. Welcome. I also got Efeture Doghudje with us this morning. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Glad to be here.
Good morning, Ife, and nice to meet you. I have to say, I like your name, though. It sounds like a song, Efeture.
Oh, thank you
nice
very much.
All right. Well, let's get into the conversation. We love it when you're a part of it. The WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. You can also tweet at Smooth981. And great news, we are streaming live on our YouTube channel. It's Smooth981. So subscribe, catch the live stream, and post a comment on there as well. All right, Omas, can we start off?
All right, let's begin this morning. But if you're one of those who would wake up and you feel like an element of, oh shit, well, it might just be it for you and all feeling like endowed, then definitely this is the right place for you to begin. Well, I'm saying this to link us to a story this morning that's relating to a Nigerian singer, talking about Dakpo Oyebanjo, popularly known as D'banj. The story out there is being cleared of allegations of rape and NPA, fraud allegations by the Nigerian police. And so why won't he say Oshe at this moment? But let's go on to Irabor and get your response. What would you be singing if you were going for Thanksgiving on a Sunday?
When I'm going for Thanksgiving, I just simply praise the Lord. The Spirit leads me, nothing in particular. I don't prepare anything. But Psalm 35, verse 18, that one is always very prominent for me. You know, giving thanks publicly, loudly, and properly to God only, you know, for any of those things that I like that's happened in my life. But for this one, D'banj, maybe, you know, the way when he's trying to celebrate, he just gives you different sounds. You don't even understand where it's coming from. You think he's having a seizure at some point. I've seen him perform live before, and I'm always wondering, is that or going to fall down or what's going on here? But in this particular serious matter, I'm sure he'll be very glad that his name has been cleared of this thing, because he's a businessman, he's an entertainer, and you know, such stories definitely can prevent you from, you know, keep from ascending basically, or keep making money. The same thing has happened with Puff Daddy. You know, that's why he settled out. And this whole recent ones that the allegations have been piling up, he had to step down from a particular, you know, position. So now in this case, when I saw the story, it just maybe reminded me that it's true. There was something that happened with D'banj. You know, a lot of, you know, allegations were made, and I was like, we didn't really get any information about it. You know, no proceedings, no hearings, no nothing. Because I mean, he's a popular person. So the fact that it was just, you know, put out there that, oh, XYZ has been, you know, concluded and is cleared of all charges. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not against that, but I'm saying, did we follow due process? Do we understand the intricacies of this whole particular story? What's the issue? You know, how did it come about? You know, like there was nothing to work with. So I guess I'm just going to have to take, you know, the decision the way it is at the end of the day. Then, you know, time will tell.
Well, I understand if he's got some things to add to this. Well, you feel there are areas that should have been covered more, or the time for the investigation is not long enough to do a thorough job. Let's hear what you think.
Yeah, so for me, I just feel like whether we have done, you know, when we say now wash, whether they have done something shady in terms of the investigation. And yes, I agree. It took some time before the accuser actually came out. So the assault was in 2018. I think it took her a while, but there are ways that investigations are carried out in such to get to the nitty-gritty, to get to the facts and find out. I know, yes, the police have said they don't have any substantial evidence, which again clears him, and one of the reasons why he has been cleared. But I just have a comma to that substantial evidence. Again, what kind of investigation was carried out? Was it forensic? Of course, bodily, we would not be able to get anything if at the time of the assault, she didn't head to the hospital. And this is not any victim blaming here. It's just saying that sometimes these things have to be done on time for the perpetrators to be caught. However, as they have said, there is no evidence as it relates to the rape allegation, then we'll go with it. We'll go with what the police have said. I just, again, call on the police department to be able to do thorough investigations, because rape against women is just something hard. It's difficult to understand or even be able to step out. And kudos to people that are able to step out, and proper investigations are carried out and perpetrators are brought to book. But yeah, we accept based on the reports.
It walks away from this one cleared of the rape allegation and also this NPA fraud allegation. Let's on that one also.
Yeah. So the fraud was was a very big deal, because he had a couple of backings from brands to be able to even come on that project. And because again, it was a national thing. Everybody's thought as it relates to national is he has eaten his own cake and he has had it, then he's trying to push us to do something else. So the ICPC also came out to say that yes, he's been cleared of those allegations as well. Kudos on that. Again, fraud is a big deal. If people are looking up to you and they are holding you accountable to be able to stand for them, and this is what is behind you, this is what you've been known for, of course, it's fantastic for your name to be cleared as it relates to those kind of allegations.
All right. I mean, some things are easier to ascertain than others. And in these cases, these allegations against the bench, we know which one is easier to ascertain and which one isn't. I just hope it doesn't set a precedent for other women who may unfortunately find themselves in situations where they have been raped or assaulted. Once this young lady came out with these allegations, there were reports of witness intimidation. It was alleged that Doghudje and his team had intimidated her. She was in hiding.
And sued her, actually.
Exactly. So these are the sort of things that discourage people who have actually been in these unfortunate situations from speaking out. I also do believe that when the allegations came out, he released the video where he was dancing to his song Omatseye, kind of making a joke of it, which was not very nice, or it was rather inappropriate. So I think, yes, well, we're going to go what the ICPC is saying and the police, okay, he's been cleared of it, but his actions, at that time were not particularly sensitive to maybe even some of his female fans who may have been through that in their lives as well.
Yeah, I agree, Zibby. I literally agree. And of course, like I said, to that report, that's substantial evidence. Again, what is our own background as it relates to evidence gathering? I literally have no idea. So how do police do it? How they gather evidence? Whether they gather evidence again. I'm not saying the police doesn't do their job. I'm just saying I've never really heard of one case that was open and shut, clean cut with all the evidence presented to the public. But yes, there's that intimidation that comes from these kinds of situation, because one is a bigger person and has a clout and following. And I know we mentioned P. Diddy here. Again, I have my reservations with that case as well. And I know a lot of people are coming out of the woodworks at the moment. So dicey is not the word that covers it, because it is a serious allegation. What we do need is more people that can come out, and then proper investigations that can be carried out to be able to ascertain these allegations. That's what we all need. Yeah.
Well, let us know what your thoughts are. WhatsApp number is 0809 440 981. Talk about someone dying and coming back from the dead. It happened in the Bible. It's happened over time in some spaces, but apparently it's happened here again. A Nigerian street hop rapper. What is a hip-hop rapper, okay, Oladips, has refuted popular claims that he faked his own death to promote an album which shall not be named or promoted.
Irabor, you will come on this one.
All right. So, over the past how many episodes we've been talking about social media, celebrities, and how, a lot of them just clout chase or go about doing different things just to get their name out there to sell, market, and all that. I am completely against such strategies. Because there are no boundaries to it. You now start toying with life and death people's emotions and all that. I don't subscribe to such strategies. We are all in PR and marketing comms. We try to be creative. We try to do things, but there's always a line, and this one, I think it was crossed. And I feel that certain people who make certain mistakes, I don't think they need to be vocal. They just need to keep short and hide and be somewhere and just go about their lives. It's like Tyrese's partner, who is now trying to be a commentator on top of every Tyrese interview. And I'm like, Auntie, you've agreed to it first, then now you're trying to chime in like a commentator. What are you doing? Are you trying to cloud chase? Are you sorry? Are you, so when you see all that dips now doing this kind of thing, and, calling out somebody who is, I mean, in the post, you were saying there's truth, there is this, and there is that. I'm like, Oladips, you uncle, there is strategy, there is creativity, and there's just sheer silliness, and you've embodied that so far. And I just see stories like this and I just frown. It just is very, just like what Zibby was trying to say about the branch posting something, when those allegations were put forward, is distasteful. Like you just go, and that's my reaction to it, basically.
And then if on this one, this story, I like to get your reaction, because this is not the first time we've had in Nigeria where someone is trying to allegedly exploit his own death to promote their album. So there was Kibi the other time who had done that back in the days, and I'd like you to tell us, where is he now? And of course, when we factor also that one of the senior colleague in the industry had said, you can even fake your death and you may not even blow. Why don't they even listen?
Which is definitely not a lie. So again, forgive me, I'm not a fan of Oladipo. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. But when I read this story, I'm like, okay, now we're talking about him. So as far as he is concerned, that box has been ticked. And again, just like Irabor has mentioned, no publicity is bad publicity, but it's actually very, very distasteful. I literally, and in my mind, what I just thought of, how do we do training for some of the managers of these artists? Because they do need it. All he needed to do was come out with a statement refuting the fact that he was dead. He didn't need to add anything to, it was this person that pushed it, I was going through this. Just refute it that, no, I am not dead, and give it a rest. But he went into an unnecessary rant about how, yes, he was going through stuff and one of his boys put it out and this. Of course, it's all part of your gimmick. You say it's all part of your strategy to be able to sell. Is it a fantastic song that is out as at time of airing? I've not heard the song, so did it work? I don't think so.
Just like that those excuses of my account was hacked.
Irabor, Irabor, there seems to be
those excuses.
Irabor,
sorry, go on.
There seems to be this commercial side of an artist passing on or death that looks to be very attractive to those who are alive. Most especially after artists pass, we hear they go boom on the charts. And so why is it those living want to lash onto this?
I mean, a lot of people don't know the boundaries of copying. It's just like when a child wants to become an adult, they now become an adult like, Omo, it's a scam. I would have loved to go back to that. I don't get it, really. I don't understand the rationale or the sense behind it, if you want to market something, I'm sure your talent will take you places. Ashake has been, on the scene like for years, but he came through the way like 50 Cent did. And if you have the right material, you will blow. You will blow. You have to be consistent. You have to be diligent. You have to really do it the right way. And now, if you're going to even release, except he releases 10 great club hits back to back before maybe people can like remove it from their mind.
I think that would be in his wildest dreams, because for someone to resort to those kind of tactics, it shows a lack of genuine talent that people would need to resort to gimmicks to blow. So chances of that happening are very slim. But again, this is a problem. it's the case of the boy who cried wolf. So when people who actually need help are in those situations, people are going to say, oh no, it's just someone trying to look for cheap publicity. When does it stop, really?
Yeah.
All right, Irabor, finally, because for those listening, upcoming artists, they're listening to you. They need to, like you say, they will blow. If they are doubting, they should ask small shops how it came about. See how small shops is everywhere and very popular now. See where it started from.
I mean, if you look at those Instagram
influencers, small shops and artists.
See, there's this thing that is going on. I did some research on it, and even academic research now, like where it will get to a point, or people are projecting that it will get to a point where there's not going to be that celebrity and audience. It's going to be everybody trying to be celebrities, or everybody wants to be celebrities. So basically, celebrities are going to be celebrities of celebrities. So nobody's really going to be an audience that wants to just consume whatever is being offered to them, because everybody now wants to be a celebrity. Everybody now wants to be a content creator. Everybody just wants to be something, which again, it's not a problem, but it's now a case of should I say structure as well as professionalism and other things. Like, how do you factor those things, whenever you are going about, becoming whatever it is you want to become? So, I mean, let's see. Technology is good. It has its pros and cons. So we are focusing on the cons today. So.
All right. You're listening to The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Do stay with us. The conversation continues. When you said small shops, I'm like, wait, I know Nigerian artists have stupid names.
Zibby, you have come with your wahala.
There's someone called Shally Pops. I've seen it on Twitter.
Poppy, yeah.
Oh, Shally Poppy. Okay, I've seen some tweets about the person. Like,
and there was also small chops in wedding party now.
That's the small chops.
An artist?
No, the lady, RMD's side chick.
Okay. Oh, maybe I haven't seen it.
Or the person that called him, yeah.
Oh, he saved it as small chops.
Like he saved it as small chops.
Edible catering.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Now, okay, I did not do that.
You get it?
I do.
So I hope they convince you now. Anyway, but.
Oh wow, funny stuff.
Omas with the pop culture references.
What, Irabor? You know you are no.
This thing is weird. Animation. Do you remember? We're going on in 10. You bring us in. You bring us in.
Okay. We're Smooth 98.1 FM. It's still the Grapevine. I still got Irabor, Okosun here, and Efeture. All right.
Morning.
Morning to you. Let's quickly pick up the pace as we go over to this man who they say, if a soap stays long on a leaf, even the leaf itself will become soap. But that leads us to what he wants to do. They say if you're French to, 3 great men or rich men, you would become the 4th big man in that category. So this man is looking for good friends who can influence him to become the 4th one. So I'm talking about Portable, who's not a stranger to controversy and fighting and the Basbos, Zazu, King. Anyway, he's been asking now and calling out senior colleagues in the industry to say, that's talking about Wizkid and Davido. Don't pay me. All I'm asking for, just feature me. That's all he's asking for. But are these guys ready to accommodate this controversial being and on the way to greatness, Efeture?
So I don't know why I chuckled when I read this, when he said, oh, I don't want money. Because honestly, you write your song and feature them. Sure, you will be able to pay them. So
Yes.
I don't know why the flip of the. So he's shooting his shot, as far as I'm concerned. That's what he's trying to do, and trying to just get them on board. His heart feels like he's in the right place when he's saying, "Oh, help us because we need this. We need you to be able to blow." But I want to see it on the flip side. So what he's saying is, you write your own hit track. That's Burna, Wizzy, and Davido. Write your track and feature me. But I would have seen it in the reverse and let him write something, because again, these people are international stars, local and international stars, and then say, okay, I have this hit track. Can you guys feature? Start from that angle, as against saying, oh, I don't want money. Hello, they, they will not pay you. I'm sorry, they will not pay you. So you write a hit track, hand it to them and say, okay, I want you to be on this track. I think that's a good way to go for him. He's shooting a shot.
So, Irabor, on this note, do you see Davido's brand and Wizkid's brand risking it to touch on this brand called Zazu at this time right now, knowing what he can bring to their brand, especially at this time of their career?
I mean, I'll be very objective about this. I don't think it can hurt their brand because those brands are already established. Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, if they're featuring anybody or they get featured by anybody, you expect the best out of them. So even if anybody's going to see it as a handout that, oh, okay, they featured Portable, maybe they're trying to help or whatever, I don't think it's going to dilute their brand, in my own opinion, because everybody understands that these guys are superstars and they understand who Portable is. Now, objectively speaking, if you feature an artist, I mean, you're expected to pay them, except, you choose not to, or it's an arrangement. Yes, he's shooting his shot, and he's now realizing that there are ways to go about these things. There are ways and there are levels to this. If you want to get to a certain level, there are ways you have to move. There are ways you have to package yourself. There are ways you have to refine yourself. That's how it's done. And you can be street all you want. Olamide will give you, a masterclass on this. Olamide, that time, Eniduro and all those other songs that he featured, he was trying to go strictly Yoruba, which now it's paying off in the sense, but he also had to package himself. He also had to become an entrepreneur. He also had to have his own label. He had to sign people, Lil Cash, Fireboy and everything. So there are ways to go about it, which Portable, I'm guessing, is now realizing that, oh man, I can be authentic, street, and for the people, but if I want to crack that higher echelon, there are ways I have to move. So now he's understanding it, I'm guessing, and I hope he gets it, and I hope he gets all the help he needs, because you cannot be mouthing off or behaving anyhow at certain points if you want to get to certain levels. Young Jeezy had to get married to Ginny May to have a family because he's trying to be like Jay-Z. He's trying to get that, representation.
That didn't work too well for him,
that
did
didn't
it?
work. Yeah, no, it didn't work because of the person in question now, based on what I've been reading and seeing. But I'm saying he understood that he needed to move like that. You understand?
He had to sort of rebrand or package himself.
Rebrand and repackage. And that's what he's doing. T.I. as well too, his own packaging is different because he's approaching it for other reasons. So that's my point. You have to, you can't go and be wearing slippers and short knicker when you don't have billions in your account, but you want to get billions. You have to package. Forget. Package,
so,
honestly, please. I'm not talking about fakeness.
On this subject of packaging, is there, Portable is Portable. Like every time I think of him, I laugh really, because you know how he is, Efeture,
Yeah.
What volume of packaging would Portable actually need to become accepted? Is it possible?
I like how you say what volume, because it's a lot that will be indeed needed for Portable to package himself. So it's going to be a lot, but he needs to do it systematically and in such a way that he's also authentic to himself. Do you understand? So we don't want, we're not saying, because it will be just difficult for him to say, okay, I want to dress like this, I want to leave my hair normal or cut it short. His hair is always colored in different things. I don't want to be rough. It will be, and that's why some fans actually like him. So he will need to be systematic, again, using a lot of volume in this conversation, but he will need to plan it properly to be able to come out and just differentiate himself from what we are used to. And we do need some authentic people. So again, we're not saying be totally off your normal person, but present yourself, meet up with these people, go for your industry events. I don't know if they have any, be able to network with them, be able to speak properly if possible, and then just see how it goes. Have a one-on-one, have meetings, because those meetings, and I know he can make it work. He can definitely reach out and say, okay, I want to meet with you one-on-one. So he can start small and then begin to rebrand, but not a drastic change. And Portable is just be like, this is the new me. Maybe we'll come up with a new name and new sign. Just take your time and be able
but
to
he's
do
had
it.
cause to also meet with Davido in the past at some point in time, and he acknowledges that Davido has at some point also blessed him. You know, at some point he had come on here to show how much Davido had given to him when he was starting out back then. So
he's
I
not
didn't know.
looking for fish, it's how to fish.
It's
Yes,
how to fish,
is how to fish. And I mean, if it couldn't be more spot on, like, that is the complete way that Zazu has to proceed.
You guys are obviously PR people. I'm curious about this. Is Portable a client you would take on, or is he one of those clients that you'd be like, no, thank you?
100%.
You take him on, Irabor?
Yes, without a doubt.
Efeture?
I could consider it.
Okay.
We'll have to have some signed documents in place. Some signed documents.
I'm telling
Remember,
you,
he's a baboon. He lives in the zoo.
All right. I'm also like that now, but you have to pack it.
Okay, so DJ Copy has opened up on her engagement to her ex-fiance. She spoke about things that she failed at. Spoke about her engagement, which didn't work out, her jewelry line, which didn't work out either. Spoke about almost failing in school, but I recall she posted graduation pictures, so eventually she succeeded at that. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
How do I say this? I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I feel for her. But I mean, if anybody knows Copy or can pass this message along to her, I think she's fighting the wrong fight. I think she just needs to ease herself, calm down, because the way, and okay, let me put it like this. All of us right now, majority of us, the reason we work and we go about doing the things we do is because we're trying to make ends meet. She's already secured, even if she doesn't work. Now she's also talented. She's also making money on her own and all that. Her family assists her, the same thing. What's left is a man relationship. So if it's a case of she needs to work on herself, her personality, her person, her attitude, and so many things, she needs to do that, because money is not going to help you. You understand?
Efeture?
Now, that's it.
Efeture. Okay, we're trying to get Efeture back. Irabor, but do you think this was a real relationship with Ryan, this guy? Because
I believe so.
Really? Yeah. I still believe it was
there's pressure.
Stunt or cruise relationship.
There is pressure. Whether you like it or not, there's pressure. There's sibling pressure. There's pressure from just life in general, because she has already achieved so much, you know, through her family and through herself. So to her, the only thing, especially she being a lady now, you know, has gotten to a certain age, there's always going to be that pressure to her, like, this is what's left. And when that situation comes, people tend to do very drastic things just to make up for that void. Yes, people tend to do very, very, very drastic things. I mean, why are you getting engaged 2 days? I mean, how many days? I mean, I don't understand.
2 days, yeah. 2 days. Like, I mean, it seems like a joke.
We're not in a Paramount Pictures rom-com or something now. Come on, let's be real with ourselves. You know, so she needs to take a beat, relax, get to know herself, because I don't think she knows herself personally for the kind of things that she needs or the kind of things that she's looking for. And when she's ready, if she's single, I'm single, let's get this going, man.
Wait, Irabor, are you pushing yourself forward?
You think it's only Portable that knows how to shoot his shot?
Oh, good one, Irabor. Okay, we have just about a minute to go, and we're talking about the headies.
Well, the head is there. Irabor, help us understand this one. Why they're
Oh,
giving
yes.
Did we ask for explanation? Why are they explaining why they are moving into
I think they needed
outside
to
the shores of the
explain.
country?
They needed to.
Well, I agree with you, Zibby, but I also think they didn't need to, because you see what's going on, with our industry, and it's only just a handful of institutions that are helping people in the entertainment industry. So if you see where you are getting it and sustaining your business or your craft, or your platform, you stick by it. And I love the fact that he calls it a global award ceremony. It is a global award ceremony. You package yourself as you want to be seen. Nobody's going to do it for you at the end of the day. So now, if you're looking at infrastructure, aside AMVCA and AMA, what other award platform can we put forward? I'm not talking about award platforms that just started now, new age. I'm talking about award platforms since, let's say, 10 years. How many do we have? None, in my own opinion, that I can put forward and say this can compete with international award shows. So Ayo is on a mission. I think he needs to be supported. The same way you had BB Nigeria in South Africa is the same way BB Nigeria came back to Nigeria, because they saw that they could do it. And now everybody has forgotten about it, because it was a concern then, like, would they take light? Would they do this? Blah, blah, blah. Because the first one in Ebuka's time, they took light. If you guys remember, there was a lot of reports that went, yeah, okay. So that's the problem. So if we're talking about concerts like Beyonce, why don't we have people coming to do concert? Why doesn't Burna Boy do a tour? Wizkid do it's infrastructure. Do we have them in place? So Ayo is smart enough to know what to do and repackage and take it abroad, which also helps us.
How does it help the people who are nominated, though? Because some of them would probably have to go through a long process to
they get to
get
network with
visas. They're going to
international
spend a lot of
superstars.
money.
They get to network with national superstars. They can get record deals through that way. They can get features through that way. They can meet face to face. It's something that you would like to see Portable go for, and all that.
I saw a picture of Portable this morning on Twitter. Apparently, he's in the UK hanging out with Skepta, and I'm like, oh, okay, interesting time.
You see my point. So that's it,
Ife, you're on mute, so we can't hear you.
I say he's definitely an interesting guy, Portable, right?
Well, he certainly is.
I don't know, for Ayo and Imasha, I'm not a fan of this America Atlanta.
All right, well, that is all the time that we have for Grapevine this morning. Thank you so much, Irabor. Thank you so much, Efeture, for joining us this morning. Don't forget, you can keep the conversation going. Okay, well, we're wrapping things up now. Thank you so much, Efeture. Thank you, Irabor. And thank you for listening. Do stay with us, though. Lagos Talk